We've done this show, Craig and I, for almost five. We're closing in on 5 years. Wow.
Crazy.
We should throw a big anniversary show. And in that time, in that 5 years, Craig has sent me one topic over and over again. And it's Bill Burr's a fucking lib. So he did it again this week. Craig sent me, he's like, he's on fucking Vulture. You got to see this piece of shit, this cuck. And I said, all right, let me check it out. And again, hey guys, trigger warning. I don't want to trigger any of you with my Bill Burr take. I don't get it. I don't think the guy has changed that much. And we're gonna examine why. Craig is gonna tell me why I'm a liberal pussy, but we'll play these clips and you can try and explain it to me.
So, because he never took a side. That's why he changed. He just joked about everybody.
I think that's what he's doing now. If you listen to him, you can find the quotes on Twitter, which you did to me. You're like, look at this. And I said, well, I'll listen to the full context. And that's what I think I've got here. We'll see if this changes Craig's mind.
I like the image of
look at it.
No, I like the image of all the listeners right now hiding behind their blankets because mom and dad are about to fight.
Oh God, they're doing it again. That's when when they hear, like, not even when they hear us mention Bill Burr, when they hear Bill Burr has done a podcast. They're like, oh, don't send this to Craig. He's gonna rant at Mike about it, and then Mike's gonna have to respond.
Next thing you know, spaghetti's dripping down the wall. So he's on with Vulture here, right?
Yes.
Forward Momentum is the first clip.
I'm sure this interviewer Craig calls a fairy or something. Seems like a nice enough guy to me.
I have no opinion on the.
There are jokes where it feels like it's things you've talked about, but the perspective has completely switched. Yeah. And it's really satisfying as a person who's followed this whole journey. How was it something intentional where you real?
By the way, I agree with that completely.
We said this when we did the Let It Go review.
Mm-hmm.
We said a lot of this where it was cool as a fan to watch Bill Burr grow over the years. And this is a lot of what he's talking about here, where it's like you almost can't help having some of your audience turn on you if you have that type of change, which is unfortunate.
Realizing that, like, oh, this can be almost like a mirror image of a lot of things that I was doing.
No, it wasn't. It's just how I've been working on myself. And the result of that is why. So it's something I've been telling comedians, whether there's this thing where, like, don't go getting happy. You get happy, you're not going to be funny anymore. And it's like, no, it's better because it opens up this whole new worldview. So you're not just like doing the same thing the entire time. You have to keep, like, I feel, incrementally changing each year. So there's some sort of forward momentum to what you're doing. And then what happens is people notice the change. Like you have a positive reaction to it. I have people that I left behind who are still angry and, misogynistic and blah, blah.
Hey, that's you. He's talking about you.
No.
Shout out Ironhead.
I never said I had a problem with him changing, like, how mad he gets at his wife and shit.
Oh, I thought I was just referring to the misogynists. I thought.
Shout out.
In general, he was talking about you.
Shout out.
A lot of issues with women. I do, but even then, it's not them. It has to do with other stuff. I just keep going back and figuring out what it is. So anyway, like, I get, like, I definitely have, like, this fall off of the stay angry bro guys that I had, and it's like they're not fans. And like, I just think, like, well, hey man, I hope you're not angry your whole life, because I was on my way to doing that, and I don't want to be that guy. So, the old me would, if somebody would have said that, I would.
Mike, he's very much saying he's changed. I just want that on record.
But do you have any objection to what he's saying? So I'm not saying human beings don't grow. That's never been my argument.
No, I have nothing yet.
Okay. All right. Because there is, like, there is a thing where it would be unnatural, and if he was still as angry as he was 15 years ago with a wife and a family, like, That's almost uncomfortable when guys do that, where you're like bitching about your wife constantly. It's like, well, get a divorce, man. Why do you hate this life so much? You know?
Relax, dude. I did.
No, of course. But like that's natural growth to me. And this is what I talk about with Howard Stern, where Howard Stern went through what I consider unnatural growth, where people are like, oh, what do you expect him to be throwing baloney at girls' tits when he's 70? No, of course not. The only objection I have to Stern is that he was like, Rosie O'Donnell's a cunt, and Jennifer Aniston's pussy smells, and Ellen's a dumb bitch, and I hate her dancing. And then when they all come on the podcast, he's like, ladies, great to see you. Like, that's unnatural change. That just seems silly. But what Burr's going through, I think, is just normal.
Even when we reviewed his new special, I said my favorite part was the part he was talking about changing with his wife. It wasn't necessarily like the funniest thing I ever heard, but it was interesting.
Sure.
And like, well, fuck you. I'm doing what I want. But I can still, even as the person saying you're not as funny as you used to be, I can still have empathy going like, I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's like, don't go to the light because I'm not ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
Stay here in the bar with me thinking all of this like negative stuff. And it's like, I don't, I don't want to be the Pied Piper of that. I did it. And, yeah, I don't want to be, my tombstone. Here lies Bill Burr. He was angry.
Call back to let it go.
But yeah, this is all, I agree with all of that so far. That seems like normal change to me. And even he's not shitting on the people who are like, that claiming he changed or that are mad at him or whatever. He's kind of like, hey, like, I get that. I felt the same way that you did. And even acknowledges, he's like, there are probably people that at that time, if they went through the same transformation, I would have been like, hey, fuck this guy. But I just don't have that same anger in me anymore.
Next, we have regret. He's talking about regret.
All right. Does that worry you?
Yeah, because he's going to be like, no.
maybe he regrets it all. Maybe he pulls an Amy Schumer here and he regrets everything.
Do you regret any of those jokes? I think about
no.
Yeah. How do you
I don't, because I have what because it was honest. It was where I was. I've never gone on stage and wasn't joking around something, unless I'm just being like, there's also being absurd or whatever. You're just saying something ridiculous over the top. But like, I don't regret those because that's where I was. And if
that to me is the only issue really, where people were like, oh, fuck him. He's a liberal now. Like, to me, the only thing that matters is if you shit on who you were before, the way Amy Schumer did. Like, I found it disgusting when Amy Schumer got really famous and she was like, oh, that was a character I was playing and I'm embarrassed by all of that, and just completely sold out who she was before that, when I don't think it really was a character that she was playing.
Amy Schumer was a guest on one of the Love Island episodes this season. I was furious.
How was it?
It was terrible.
You didn't stop watching, did you?
I couldn't look away because it was so uncomfortable, because the people interviewing her almost didn't know anything about her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's an example of someone who turned her back on who she was. Burr looks at it and he's like, oh, no. Don't get me wrong. Like, I stand by all of that. And now I'm 10, 15 years older and I stand by what I do now. Like, that to me is all you have to do.
The only, I mean, I'm pretty sure we get into it in this, but like the shit that I can't stand from him is him preaching why, certain ideas are better than others and being completely stupid about it.
Well, I think he has his reasons. I'll be curious. You have not heard this interview, right? You just saw the quotes from it or whatever?
Yeah. I just, my final straw was like,
final straw.
When I'm just like, dude,
I like Craig going up to Bill and going, Bill, this is the final straw.
You know what? You've done one too many.
You've gone too far, pal.
No, the Luigi Mangione shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting him to make like a joke about it, like when he's like free Luigi, then make a joke or whatever. But he's almost just being like, yeah, that guy who is the head of a company got what he deserved.
Yeah, but That's where you think he's changed? Because to me, he's been doing that for 15 years.
He used to make jokes and not be like, no, that guy really deserved to die.
I guess, but he is on a talk show. Whereas, like, if he did a special where he just stood there and said, "Free Luigi," next topic, I'd be like, well, that's a little odd.
Well, it's kind of like what he does. I mean, he used to be up there with Norm, I thought, on his guest appearances on the late shows. I thought he was
he was good on Conan.
He would just be like the ranting guy.
Yeah.
He'd make jokes out of everything rather than being like, here's my political agenda.
That's fair.
I didn't do that, then what you're seeing me do now wouldn't have like this nice arc to it. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like somebody who came up like I did can watch the whole thing and see a way out, hopefully, because, the things that happen to you when you're a kid can really, adversely affect the one life you have to live. And then the worst part is, you think, well, I'm not as bad as what happened to me, but you don't understand, like, and your idea of where the middle is, I would say, like, that's going on with politics right now, where it got so fucking
before
crazy.
he gets into this, you do forget, in the last special he put out, he kind of just casually admits he was molested and then moves on.
Yeah, that was very strange.
Never been brought up again. I don't know if it was a joke.
It was by his dad, right?
Oh, please, nope.
Well, no,
just for legal reasons. I have no idea if that's true or not.
Sorry. I don't know. There was like two different weird jokes, and I
think you're conflating that with the Billy Corgan thing.
No, not that. I thought he was molested or something, but he also said, like, which was the most I've ever heard him talk about his dad, that there was something happened when he was young with him. That was...
well, maybe before we know, let's not get too
specific. No, I'm not saying it was that. I'm not saying it was that anymore. I did jump the gun. Sorry, Bill.
Jesus Christ.
What's going on now?
Someone go watch that special and get back to me what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think he says that, but
on the right feels like the middle, and it's like, no, it's just boiling water on the other side. We need to.
I cut that one funny.
It's all right. Some suspicious editing happening here with Craig.
I think I cut
his argument
too late. Like, it was going to sound like it's continuing. Next, we have worldview.
Okay, so this is so far no problems yet.
No.
Okay, Craig sent me a quote from this podcast. I said, "Look at it, read it."
Well, we'll get into worldview in the rest of these clips.
So far, he has no problem. We'll see.
My worldview is like, it's apolitical, and it's trying
horse shit.
Calm down. Hear him out. Jesus.
You know that's not true. You have to know this.
I don't know that.
Oh my God.
I agree with his explanation, but you have to understand, people do this to me. Like, people are like, oh, what you're doing right now, people will do that. They'll say, I'm a liberal based on this conversation, or whatever it was we were talking about a few weeks ago. People say I'm some MAGA guy. So I have zero problem with what he's saying here, that he's apolitical.
He's not political. He's not apolitical.
Well, let's hear him out. It seems like you have an open mind, which is good.
Together, I'm trying to do the opposite of what's going on out there, because it's really disturbing to me that like states don't like states. Like, this is feeling like we're going to have a civil war if we're not careful here. And like, when I was growing up, everybody hated the Russians. Now people hate California or Florida or New York or Texas. And it's like, guys, same team. You're on the same team. People can have different opinions.
I agree with that.
Okay.
He's not apolitical.
What do you think? He's a big Kamala guy?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Has he said that?
Yeah, basically.
Where? Don't basically me. Find where he said he voted for Kamala and supports her.
So I guarantee that's out there.
Go find it.
Let me see here.
Don't guarantee it. Tell me.
I don't listen to his show anymore.
Craig's guarantee is valueless to me. Try a Bill Burr in presidential endorsement.
See.
Because this is the problem. You can't just go, oh, well, he's a big Kamala guy. Why? Because he doesn't like Trump?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, I know he's like I think you know what, I might be thinking
We're gonna sit here until you find who we voted for.
I might be thinking of Biden.
Admit you were wrong, or we'll sit here until you find his voting record.
I was wrong on that.
What, the Kamala thing?
Holy shit, dude! The first thing that pops up when you type in Bill Burr on Google before you enter it, his wife pops up.
We'll get to that. People like Craig sending him messages.
I wouldn't ever do that. That's crazy.
Find his voting record. I demand it.
Next, we have talking politics.
No. We can't leave.
Oh, okay. He probably doesn't vote.
Yeah, that's apolitical, you jackass.
Oh my fucking god! Yeah, maybe he doesn't vote. That doesn't mean he has an opinion that he spews garbage out.
Well, Craig, if he doesn't vote, doesn't that kind of mean he doesn't support either candidate?
He's probably lazy.
You can have it.
He's probably like, nah, my vote doesn't matter, dude.
He's probably very lazy, Craig. The guy's he works nonstop. He's a touring comedian. He does movies. Like, I don't think he's a lazy guy.
When it comes to voting, sure.
But Craig, admit you were wrong.
That he's apolitical?
I'm talking about voting. He has never endorsed a candidate. That's kind of what I think he means by apolitical.
Oh, and if that's the case, then yeah, but I mean, like, you know where he leans.
I don't. Not if he doesn't vote.
Michael.
What?
Michael.
Well, where do you say I lean?
I would say you want to lean left, but you don't.
You're one of these commenters.
No, I don't hate you for it.
I'm afraid to.
No, I'm saying like you like I personally am socially liberal, I would say.
Sure.
But
But I don't vote. Or the only time I voted was for some loser, libertarian.
Oh, like 2 elections ago.
I voted for Joe Jorgensen. Yes.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm still looking up his voting record.
No, we're never gonna find. Admit you're never gonna find. Admit he's never endorsed a candidate.
Let's see. No, I'm not reading all this shit. We'll go back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for now.
All right, moving on.
Well, I want to ask you about talking about politics because it's been an interesting few months for you in this arena, and I want to just summarize for people who have been watching your career so closely. In this last few months, you've had a few things happen, which is Ben Shapiro talked about going to one of your shows and complaining about you becoming woke, which
I will also side with anyone against Ben Shapiro. So this might be an unfair clip.
Typical lib.
sort of then create this.
He doesn't even know what that word means.
Let me
his definition of woke is white liberals' definition of woke, and they didn't even know what it was. Yeah. They just took the word from black people. That's the worst thing about our people is not only do we take from other cultures, we don't even take the time to understand the definition.
Yeah.
He went there to be annoyed so he can then have something to talk about, and then he can make money off of dividing his own country.
Yeah,
those people, it's treasonous what they do.
Yes, but to be fair, or not to be fair, to the fact is that
again, the treasonous is a little harsh, but it's what Fox News and MSNBC and any of these podcasts, Steven Crowder, or I can't think of the liberal version of that, but any of these podcasters that have the same opinion no matter what the topic is, that is what they do. Like they sought out Bill Burr's comedy to be like, he's a woke piece of shit, right? You know what I mean? And they do the same with Shane, where they're like, he's a Republican. And it's like, not really.
I don't even give a fuck who people vote for. I just don't like.
Well, you just spent 10 minutes looking up if you voted for Kamala.
You forced me to.
But you said you were so passionate about it.
Well, it's obvious which way he leans, and I hate the. Well, I mean, we'll get to it.
Okay.
Which is then it became a thing online where then a certain portion of the right complained about how you're woke,
racists,
and more racist.
They're racist. Yeah, they send pictures of monkeys to me and my wife. They're fucking horrible people.
Yeah. This is the clip. This is the quote Craig sent me.
This is
where Burr's like, they're racist. They're sending him monkey pictures of his wife. You know, he's not allowed to call them racists.
I was gonna say that I don't condone this shit at all.
This is the quote you sent me. You're like, look at him bitching about racist. He's talking about people that are like, hey, your wife's a gorilla.
Now, did I send you a video clip or was it print?
It was a print quote out of context, but this is what people do. This is what I'm talking about. They take shit out of context and they're like, see, look at him.
I said that. I was like, this could be something we could talk about. And look what we're doing.
Well, that is good producing.
Cowards.
It was bad. Can I just say, and I had to delete this from the show. Do it from your own account. The GIF you sent Bill saying,
I would never do that.
Telling him to feed his wife with a banana emoji. I thought that was in poor taste.
I would never do that. I would never do that. I do think she's changed him, but I don't think that's right. And
I just love the quote. Craig's like, look at, he's calling people racist. Yeah. People that are like, hey, your wife's a fucking baboon, Bill.
I'm actually surprised he talked about it. This is the first time I've ever heard him bring this up.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Face.
Yeah.
They never do that. And
go back a little bit. I want to hear we stepped on it a little bit.
Country.
Yeah.
Those people, it's treasonous what they do.
Yes, but to be fair, or not to be fair, to the fact is that it worked for what his goal is, which is then it became a thing online where then a certain portion of the right complain about how you're woke,
racists,
and more racist.
They're racist. Yeah, they send pictures of monkeys to me and my wife. They're fucking horrible people, and they're cowards, and they never say it to your face.
Yeah,
they never do that. And
I think you might be talking about Kumia, by the way.
Definitely.
I think you might have a specific person in mind.
He's 100% because Kumia, the shit he's talking about, Kumia does.
Which, by the way, Anthony Cumia is a viewer of this program, and it was, whatever. Do whatever you want, buddy.
I didn't say it's illegal for him to do it. I just said I wouldn't do it.
I do like that. That's crazy. The shit that people send him, and I like when I've talked about this subject. Like, this is how I know he's not lying. When I've talked about this subject, the shit that people say about his wife, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I think she's changed him, but I don't think it has to do with race.
Right.
I think it has to do with, ideology and shit like that. And
that's why Craig acts out throwing his feces.
No.
Look, dude, there's an ugliness that's out there right now where, there's certain podcasts out there that if you're a racist, if you're an anti-Semite, if you're a psycho-nationalist and you want a softball interview, there's podcasts out there where you can, and they will laugh at your fucking bad jokes and just give you this pass.
This is all too meta.
And
this is where, this is where if he was specific, Craig might have a tough blow for me to recover from. Because I don't know who he's talking about. You know what I mean? Maybe he's just talking about Cumia or guys like that. But if he's talking about like Rogan and these shows that he went on where he was friends with them, if all of a sudden he's referring to them in that way, that would surprise, and that would be something where I'm like, okay, that's very different.
I think he is. Did he go on Rogan to promote his latest special? No.
I did find that unusual. Yeah.
No,
so that's where you might have, but he's never come out and bashed them.
He won't. He always kind of keeps shit to himself.
But at the end of the day, do you have a problem with a guy who like privately thinks like, oh, I don't really like what Rogan's doing? You know what I mean? Like, he's not doing the Marin thing and going, he's ruining society.
But what is Rogan doing?
But we don't know that. That's my thing, is we don't know if he's talking about Rogan or not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious, judging. He's gone on there to promote every single.
It does seem like it, yeah.
And all of a sudden he fucking endorses Trump, and he's gone. You know what I mean?
And that's where you might have me, and that's where I don't like is like Bill's always a guy who's, and maybe it's the arguing he's trying to get rid of or whatever. But if he agrees that, I'll say the same thing I said about Marin. If he disagrees that strongly with Rogan, he should go on and talk about and tell Joe why what he's doing is wrong if Bill believes that, because Bill's actually a guy that could get through to Rogan. Like, it seems like Rogan respects him, and I think if Bill made good points, Joe would be like, okay, that's interesting,
Yeah, their last few like interactions, like that New Year, was it New Year's? That thing was that they had like weird energy on that, or no, election night.
Yeah,
election night was weird energy, and it's kind of all gone downhill from there. I don't know. It's very strange.
Yeah, that might be where you have. If he was specific, you might have had me there.
Like, there's a really ugly thing that's going on out there. And, it's the kind of things we've already seen this, and we've seen what it does to a nation. Yeah. And it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go.
So, and then at the same time, you're talking about billionaires, you're talking about stuff like this, and people on the left have been really embracing you, and they're sharing your videos.
No, that's not true, dude.
Certain parts of the left.
True. That's not true.
That is true.
Well, it's true that people on the left are embracing it, but I think he's saying, and now I'm interpreting for him, but like, I think he's saying like that's not who I'm playing towards either. Like, I'm not seeking them out and hoping they suddenly become fans of mine.
He might not. I don't even disagree with that.
Does that clip continue? Because he.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he explains it.
I'm not saying like what you're saying is not even true. Yeah. He might not be in his head playing to them, but he clearly is.
Let's see what he says about it.
Certain portions of the
left.
That's not
true. And certain portions of the right.
Sure.
There's common sense on both sides.
Sure.
But we keep doing this shit. Where it's like, oh, the right's all fucking racist, and the left is some of the most fucking. Most of the left feels like if they have a black friend, they don't have issues. Okay, I'm out of that.
Yes,
I'm out of that, and so I don't want to hear left and right crap. They're all fucking nuts. That fucking shit post Me Too, where it went from people shouldn't sexually assault people, absolutely, to I don't like what you're talking about in your act, was fucking nuts. Yep. It was McCarthyism on the left. And now you've gone to the other side on the right. And the left was so fucked up, the right, the psycho right thinks that they're in the middle, and they're not. They're out of their fucking minds. And I travel, dude, and I'm telling you, people who lean right and lean left are chill. And we're just sitting in the middle like, when is everybody going to fucking calm the fuck down? When is this going to go back to, like live and let live?
Sure.
So, and there's way more of that. And I have people from construction workers to fucking, hairy leg chicks with nose rings going, hey, I like what you're saying out there about these billionaires. Because that is the fucking problem.
Yes.
And the other problem is that people make it like it's political. Like if you vote for this color tie, these billionaires are somehow going to grow a heart. And it's just not the case. It isn't.
That sounds like the same. If anything, you want to accuse him of being repetitive. It sounds like the same shit he was saying back when I would listen to his podcast all the time.
I would take this and be like, I agree. This is what I'm expecting from him, is what he just said. He said it last week. He didn't say it 8 years ago. No, I know. But I'm saying what I think has been happening is a publicist or someone's like, dude, you got to fucking chill out.
I don't know. But I'm telling you, and I'm not some like biased guy. I'm telling you, I haven't heard anything different than this. I don't know what the example is where he's crazy. Like the guy blurted out the F word in his special and just said Me Too went too far. I don't think that's a guy pandering to the left.
These are selective clips.
You son of a bitch.
These are selective clips.
Well, select your own clips next time.
I will.
Like
this is the last clip from him. It's misunderstood.
Well, I agree, Bill. You are misunderstood by racists like this guy.
That's fucking nuts. I would never do that or condone that. That's fucking crazy.
Monkey boy over here. No, I'm kidding, of course.
Like that idiot Ben Shapiro. No, he's woke now. He's like, I don't. That fucking guy. Someone came to me and goes, "Hey man, you should." He was trying to bring me into his fold. At one point, the guy liked me.
Yeah.
And then when I didn't, then all of a sudden I'm a fucking asshole. I mean, I'm supposed to look at that guy like he's an adult.
Do you feel misunderstood if people take you words one way or the other?
No, I'm not I'm deliberately misunderstood.
Got it.
So people are like, it's like a catcher trying to make a ball a strike. So they try to, and everyone does it. It's not just people with radio shows and podcasts. It's like fans do it. Like one of the funniest things ever is so many of my bits are online, which is great promotion to sell tickets. But the names of the jokes, they name them.
I was going to,
and I'm like, that's not the name of the joke. That's not the perspective of the joke. I've seen people that teach comedy classes saying, you see what he's doing here, and what he's doing, and it's it bothered me at first, and then I'm just like, what do I care? It's just like this fucking songs that I listened to for 40 years, and I thought they were about something, and then I hear the artist go like, no, it wasn't a.
I guess my point is I'll yield to you that maybe if he voted, it would be for the left. I guess he leans left, if that's what that means. But I think what he's saying there is like, but I was never the opposite. I didn't vote back then either, and I had all these thoughts about billionaires and bankers and all this shit. It's just that now, because he shit on Elon, which to me doesn't seem that out of character, but because he shit on Elon, everyone's like, he's a fucking cuck.
It's not that he shit on Elon. It's that he went, guys, I'm not even joking. He's legit a Nazi.
Again, I'd have to look at that quote, but
I'll fucking repull them. I listened to him a bunch. I'm like, well, that couldn't be what he means. He's like, no, he's up there Sig Heiling like a fucking Nazi. He's a Nazi.
What was he doing?
He was doing the thing everyone does. I'm not
even arguing with you. That is an odd. It was an odd hand gesture.
You know who did it right after? Cory Booker, AOC. You all, when you go to a crowd, you grab your chest and you like, my heart goes out to you, or thank you. You put your hand up and you wave to them.
I think AOC's a Nazi. What do you think about that?
Well, that's the point. No.
They're all Nazis.
No, none of them are fucking Nazis.
I don't know. I don't know what we solved here, but Craig made me look at that interview, and I think I did.
I think you did too.
Unscathed. I assume the comments are wildly disagreeing with me, right?
No, actually, I think I'm catching most of the heat on this one.
Yes. Finally one for the good guys. Us libs. Craig's saying I'm too much of a coward to vote for.
Yes. We have a super chat.
What does this scoundrel say?
Matthew Rowley, $5. Wow. That fantastic show on Sunday, and now a ton of Bill, quote, millionaires like me are fine, but billionaires are evil. Burr, fantastic.
That's a good point.
Yes, it is.
Millionaires complaining about billionaires is a little silly.
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Kragers did it.